a link with everybody else too.
Okay, I'm gonna throw this card.
Actually, we've never done like this before. This is a new way. Hello, and welcome to Warner's Midwest podcast, video podcast. I'm your host, Terry Tertiary.
This is Impact, and today
we have special guest, Sister Yolanda Martinez. She's going to be talking about her book, Hi, My Name is Juana Maria. And later on in the show, we'll be going over, we'll be talking with the other rest of the family of Luxury Productions. I feel like this is like the sister arm branch of Luxury Productions that does education and academics and literature. And then there's the media arm, which is Brother Deshaun, who will be phoning in with us later on. And we also have Brother Lucky XL, who's in the studio with us, a big brother of mine. I'm happy to have him here finally. They'll be speaking about their project, Struggle, Pain, Success. But right now, Sister Yolanda, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Author Yolanda?
Yes, I am an author. Yes, my book just got released. It's on Amazon. It's my first children's book. You know, I named it after my two grandmothers. So,
Juana Maria.
Right. I'm excited. My family's excited. You know, they've started ordering as soon as it dropped. So,
what nationality does that make you?
Mexican. Okay. American, yes.
Because that's like two most common Mexican names. Juana Maria.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's nice to meet some to you too.
Yeah, and one of them is still alive. You know, she's great. She does everything from making tacos every morning. You know, she makes breakfast for the entire family. You know,
how old is she?
She's 84. Yeah, and so she's had knee surgery, so she's kind of at home resting. But then my other grandmother Maria passed away, from an aneurysm. But again, they both had Maria had 10 kids, Juana had 8, and then they come from like a huge family of like 10 and 12.
Yeah, like I know.
Right,
It's like no, but I got a 97-year-old grandma right now who made it through hip surgery 2 years ago. They had her. That's the thing, man. People out there just, I don't know, last. You know what I mean? We don't last.
Yeah, we do.
People say it's stress, but I think it's just. I think it's we get conformed to everything. We want the lazy way out of everything, and that's really affecting our health.
You're right. And then they cooked from scratch. You know what I'm saying? Homemade tortillas, salsa.
Dry out the corn.
Yeah, they and so that's what it is. They didn't add too many of the the processed food and all that stuff.
So naturally, they had to get it themselves.
Yeah.
Like it was either traded from other farmers who have the food,
right?
Or they grew it themselves, and they have the animals themselves.
And that's another reason why I decided to write this book, because again, both of them inspired me in so many ways. Back in the 1930s, they were not interested really in too much of going to school because were in such a big family. You know what I mean? They lived in like a 1-bedroom house with 10 or 12 kids, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, either, at that time, I don't even think school was really popular back then in as far as their culture, because again, it was about helping the family. You babysat your siblings, or you went out there in the fields and picked cotton, and
I feel like we were the first generation that didn't really have to sacrifice school, that was really pushed through school, because I feel like the generation right above us seen what it was and wanted to be a part of it, but realized it couldn't do it, so sacrifice everything. For us to make sure that was a priority. I'm from the first generation of that. I always heard stories of my mom, her saying that she really loved school, but she didn't have the option to stay in school. So,
right.
Right.
And then they both got married at a very young age. I was trying to get the information before I got here, but I want to say one of my grandmothers was like 14 or 15. My grandfather was like 4 years older. So back then,
I don't know if that's common back then.
Right? You better watch yourself. You go over there right now. That shit is common.
But now it's like, but yeah, it's a lot of value though. They stuck together.
So is this your first project as far as a book?
Actually, it is. It really is. Yeah, like I said, I just came up with the idea and then I just went with it. Just kind of thought about everything that they told me when I was younger, or even now when I talk to my grandmother, to where like, I gotta show them that I love them. some kind of way? How can I show them that I love them and still this remain once they're gone, once I'm gone, once my kids are gone? You know what I'm saying? Because I have 4 kids, I have 6 grandkids, so it's like I have to leave something. You know what I mean? So this is the first of my projects. I plan on actually doing a lot more.
Have you got any negative feedback for it being, just targeted towards only
Actually, I did.
Hispanics, or kind of like just, because I feel like a lot of the racism that Latinos deal with is, oh, you have to learn the language,
Right.
you have to learn our language,
Right.
you know what I mean? And it's a really like angry manner of people
No, you're
saying
right. No.
So I'm just saying because, you know what I mean, not to kind of give a negative side, it's just that, people spend something really that you put a lot of love into
Right.
into something else,
I mean, and that's true, because even when I was in school, they asked me why didn't I know Spanish the way I should. Even now, if I go into a store, they actually, someone will come up to me and start speaking to me in Spanish. I understand what they're saying, but I kind of like chop it up. You know what I'm saying? I kind of give them a little bit of English and Spanish, but they understand. They understand it.
No, and I get it. People will bully you just because of something like that. I remember, I wasn't a dumb kid growing up. I was in IB through high school and stuff like that. I was a knucklehead, but I remember one of the kids I respected most was a kid that was in high school with me. He came in 2 years before, actually learned the language, had a rough accent, real rough. So he was real soft spoken, like real shy about speaking. But he would get picked on, and it's one of the people I really did stand up for, because I'm like, man, this guy is like, I don't know, a role model of somebody my age, like really like taught himself everything. Nobody in his family knows any of this. He's in that IB program. He's top 2, you know what I mean, as far as academically. So, you know what I mean? But he still got picked on just for that. The guy had everything else going for him, but that accent. And, people are harsh over things like that. And I think it's because it's kids and they don't get the full effect of it.
Right.
Like me, myself, I grew up in mostly African Americans, environment schools when I grew up on 55th. So, I got into a lot of scuffles because of, me not being able to take the pressure of everybody kind of like singling me out. And I didn't have an accent. I thought I was black. Real shit. Like, I grew up in that environment.
Yeah.
Like I had the longest slang to everything. Like I just extended it to certain, but it was just me not wanting to fit in. You know what I mean? I told you 100 times. I fought plenty of times before getting caught white honky. Like, because I'm Mexican. I'm proud to be Mexican. Like, you really get a pride of being Mexican to the point where it's ignorant. Like, you got to be able to slam some hot sauce, some light sauce. We're so petty, but we're so proud. The Mexicans are very proud.
Yeah, we are. We're family oriented.
Yeah,
real tight.
That's what we're proud about.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
So how did someone like I know you said these are both women. I mean, this little girl, Juana Maria, is based off of both of your grandmothers. So what are some of is there any other aspects other than the names, like maybe behavioral things that you put into the book that like maybe one or both of your grandmothers like did that's like a trait that they're known for in your family? Like maybe, I don't know, behavioral, like phrases even, like maybe she says something.
You know what? That's a good question, because I don't think I did. I just basically went by, them just telling me, or at least one, because the other one actually passed away when I was like in junior high. So I don't really, I remember communicating with her, talking, and then my cousin would interpret every time I would talk to her. So all I remember is her laugh. I remember her laugh. I remember that. So that's what I remember about, her. But Juana is, like I said, my grandmother living now. And I know she had a hard time, because I used to, like today or when, I used to talk to her about certain things, about her reading. And she would tell me she had difficulties. So even though she didn't really explain to me what happened to her when she was younger, I kind of got a feeling, you know what I mean? Like you kind of get a feeling, because the kids. So, it's basically based on what I felt that she probably would. So, yeah. But yeah.
It's
Are we gonna get to hear like an excerpt or something from it? Just because
I would love that. I think it's. I just want to say a little thing. I think it's amazing to see that, or not amazing. I think it shows that within like the minority cultures of like Mexican Americans and African Americans that we still like oppress or satisfy ourselves like within Mexican American culture. I just talked about you're handicapped, and I've heard you express this before. With shout out to
hey man, all
right,
hold on, you're not handicapped. This is a very controversial thing, but if you really just look beyond yourself and take yourself out the picture, it's the truth. It's I call it handicapped Latino, which is your Latin American culture, everything, your family's, either Mexican as hell, Colombian, whatever it is, but and you're proud to be Mexican, and that's fine, but you don't know the one thing that's the descendants of your culture, which is the language. That's the thing that really does get passed down. So I call it a handicap because you can't communicate with another Latino that's just Latino. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's where I call it as a handicap. You're unable to do something because of your inability.
It's different. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So it sounds really bad, but be honest with yourself. And one of the things is take a pride and try to pass that on. And I say that lightly because now I'm raising my kids, and it's really hard to get them to speak it. It's very hard. And I have no problem with it, but again, it takes a lot more than. See, we grow up in those big families where there's a lot of family members, so it's easy to learn off of everybody. It's like watching my oldest one teach my girls what to do. You know what I mean? He naturally does it, and he naturally shows them, and he has the time to do it. So when you grow up in that environment, it's easy to pick up a language. You know what I mean? Everybody's communicating with you. Now families aren't as big, and it looks like the parents are busier, and it's not always work. And you out there living your best life. Well, you should be playing some damn catch or something simple like that.
Mrs. Yolanda, would you like to read us a little excerpt from this?
Yeah, I actually read the beginning, the first page. Today is my first day at a new school. I moved from Mexico to a small town in Texas. Oh my, I'm so nervous to be here. Will this new school be like my old school? First page.
Let's hear that in Spanish.
I'll say
No, you can't. Oh no, this is a live reading. This is really.
You gotta do both readings.
You know what? Hold on, no. Now we gotta have it back to back. If you want, I'll read the English portion and let you just follow it up. How's that work?
You'll read it. Okay.
I read the English and you just give them the translated version. Because part of it is having that pride too, not shying away from speaking. We're just talking about. We're talking about it right now. That's really is like.
That's actually my. What did you say?
Vice.
No, you just said my. We have
Handicap?
a handicap. That's my handicap.
Would you like me to read that out for you?
I would, please.
Okay. So read the English portion now.
Okay. Today is my first day at a new school. I moved from Mexico to a small town in Texas. Oh my, I'm so nervous to be here. Will this new school be like my old school?
Hoy es mi primer día en una nueva escuela. Me mudé de México a una pequeña ciudad en Texas. Hoy Dios estoy tan nerviosa de estar aquí. ¿Será esta nueva escuela como mi vieja escuela? And then you have the picture. Illustration, so you gotta show it to the kids. Okay. You know what? Reading that though, and I feel like that's a great book for a bilingual class. That's just a small example of what's in the book, but it shows like that emotion or that like stuff that kids go through, and to be able to have it in English and Spanish, especially for somebody that's picking up English, to hear it first in English and then to comfortably speak it in Spanish.
Right.
See, Spanish. Well, I don't use it as much as someone that obviously was from Mexico and learned it first. But I felt the comfort in speaking those words. You know what I mean? Where I feel like it's a cool thing to get some kids out of their shell as far as that too.
And I do plan on actually going, even though it's late in the game. I still want to learn. I still, like I said, it's embarrassing not be able to.
I think especially since it's a kid's book, I think taking it slow. If you do take it on, and I think you can do it.
Yeah.
again, it's just taking it real slow because it's like watch since Blue's Clues, they've been giving kids time to catch up to what you're saying.
Right.
You know those pauses. Can you see where the A is? Oh, the A's right there. Yeah, the A's right here. Like they gave them that whole time. You know what I mean? So don't shy away. Don't think that it's a thing of mastery. It's a thing where it's for kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And at a kid's tempo. You know what I mean? So I mean, like I said, I like the emotion right off the bat. What I heard from it, and I feel like it's a good instrument. Yeah, you gotta push your product.
I do gotta push my product. I reached out to Whiting Public Library, so she bought the book. She said a few days. I reached out to Hammond.
Could you please tell people what Whiting?
Whiting Public Library. You're gonna be there for like a book signing, or?
No, they're gonna actually put it in their library, but I haven't actually set the event up to do a book signing yet.
Okay, it's called Whiting, right? All right, there it is. Make sure to catch her. And then when this is
Let me know when it goes on. I definitely want to pass that on to Mike and start reading to him. He's in that age where he wants to read and to see if he could do that. He's trying to tackle Mandarin too, so.
Oh wow!
He likes Mandarin, so that's amazing. So
that is wow. That's great.
Yeah.
So would you like to? Did you want to like read different sections from the book? Like now we got her like first introduction to the school. Do you want to get like another section where like maybe there's a little bit more of the development, and you can get.
And Terry got to read the Spanish part.
This he's trying to get me in this. He's trying to make me. He's like,
you know, Terry, though, he's gonna start twisting his fucking hair. Like, I'm gonna do this.
We got a long one.
Oh yeah, he tested it.
That's what she said. All right.
I walk into my new school and I see other students walking to their classroom. Hello, my name is Juana Maria. I'm a new student and this is my first day. Can you please help me find my class? My teacher's name is Ms. Martinez. Why do you talk differently? They asked me. We don't understand you. The student started laughing and walked away. I walked around until I see my teacher's name on the door.
No, he wasn't really going to try and read it.
Oh no, I don't think.
No, okay. Okay. I'm gonna use a cliche little rocky voice. Entré en mi nueva escuela y veo a los otros estudiantes caminando hacia su salón de clases. Hola, mi nombre es Juana María. Soy un estudiante nuevo y este es mi primer día. ¿Poder por favor ayudarme a encontrar mi clase? El nombre de mi maestra es Miss Martínez. I'm sorry. All right. It's not that I don't know how to talk. This is just that we caught this at the same time. ¿Por qué habla de otra manera? Me preguntan. No te entendemos. Los estudiantes comienzan riendo y alejarse. Camino por ahí hasta que veo el nombre de mi maestra en una puerta. Okay.
You want to show the picture?
Yeah.
All right, now did you want to kind of go into
why I made it awkward?
No. Maybe another section of the book as well.
Another section of the book. Okay.
So we got that. So she arrived and she got a little bit of tension, maybe.
During class, my teacher tells her a story about being. During class, my teacher tells us her story about being a little girl that only spoke Spanish. She did not have many friends. She tells us that she wants everyone to get along because it's not nice to be mean and make fun of others. Class, every one of us is different, and that makes each of us unique.
Durante la clase, mi maestra nos cuenta su historia sobre ser una niña que solo hablaba español. Ella no tenía muchos amigos. Ella nos dice que quiere que todos se lleven bien porque no es agradable ser malo y burlarse de los demás. Clase, cada uno de nosotros es diferente y eso nos hace a cada uno de nosotros único. And I like that one. That girl looks really worried, like she really needs guidance.
Yeah.
And you got the teacher
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna don't think we should say a little bit more just to make sure people are on purpose. I don't want anybody else to give more snippets. But now we see some of the development. Like, how does the resolve happen? Where does it go from there? And I definitely still do have a few more questions. Decided to put yourself in the teacher role, which I think is so awesome. I think we were discussing in a couple earlier episodes, we had like a spiritual here, and we were discussing it. It was African spiritualism, but this is kind of cool to see.
Now we're getting stuck in the middle of it.
Mexican spiritual, like the spiritual aspect of that, and like the ancestry that fall. It's one that's in the book. So literally, your grandmothers are your students, and you're like seeing like the psychology behind is like, oh, how would I have like helped them navigate this if I had that, had that will? It's like, oh, this issue still exists. How can I help navigate that? So it's like cool to see like, oh, helping the culture, healing my family at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
it's a real way to still keep them, not just their memory alive, but do something about their life. You know what I mean?
Very good.
Yeah, that's a great way to carry meaning. I agree with you. We didn't start off with a song today, though.
We did not actually. I guess the only appropriate song will probably be something from Luxury Productions' Struggle, Pain, Success album, which we will be talking about probably in the next 10 minutes. Brother Deshaun will be calling us. Deshaun of Luxury Productions will be calling us. So,
but for now, we'd like to have a moment of silence for the grind. Oh shit! Hold on, we have to take that one back. I have damage. You gonna pause for a minute? Not yet.
And thank you everyone else. Thank you so much for tuning in right now. We want to give a special shout out to Stockyard Coffee House. That's the sign in the back. If y'all enjoy coffee and you live in the Bridgeport area, you should definitely stop by here. 37th and Wallace, 558 West 37th Street. Their hours of operation are
6:30 to 5
p.m. And there you go. Make sure if you enjoy the Warden's Midwest show, please hit the like and subscribe button. We're getting more followers, and that is awesome. We went from 0 and now we're at like 20. Let's try to get to like 100 and then to 1,000 so we can start streaming from mobile, because that would be amazing. And we're going to get there. And thank you all so much for helping us get to that point.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, a moment of silence for the grind.
It smells really good. It smells really good.
Signing on for whatever reason it should. YouTube is watching, so I'm watching it, but YouTube is connected, so it's a more relation. I don't want to.
Well, you need to change it.
It's already on there. So yeah, Sister Yolanda was here. Is still here in the studio with us. If y'all enjoyed any of the excerpts, right? She was. If y'all enjoyed any of the excerpts from her book, Hello, My Name is Juana Maria, make sure you go check that out. It's going to be available in the Whiting Public Library, which is that in Indiana?
Whiting, Indiana. Yeah.
Whiting, Indiana. Make sure if you're in that area, you'll go check it out.
Amazon.com.
And it's on Amazon.com as well.
You can message me.
You can message her to pick it up as well.
Yeah, why don't you link her? What's your social?
Yeah, and here's her social media in case y'all want to follow her and keep in touch with this book and many, many more. I love that sentence. So, and it has both
YolandaJMartinez.com.
There it is. So you can follow her. Wait, let me put all this on.
Selling it for $14. I actually sold a few of them at work today.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was actually fathers that bought them for their daughters because they're trying to teach them how to speak Spanish, and they like the part of it that actually has numbers and the colors. So that was something they're like 2 and 6. So yeah, they were.
That's amazing. You said Yolanda JMartinez.com?
Mm-hmm.
JMartinez.com. You can get it on Amazon Books. This was called, I don't know.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Amazon Books. Make sure y'all check that out. I'm definitely going to get a copy before she even leaves here. I don't know if she got more in the car or something. Hopefully I know who her husband is, so I'm assuming that she's Master P'ing it out here, selling them out the trunk, because you know what it is. I'm gonna give him a little excerpt. Y'all don't know. For real, I already told Bella this. I was like, yo, I'm gonna call him Lucky right now because we on set, but still makes me laugh like so hard just because it's like I know who he is and I know how serious he is, and he's like, and I know how comical, how comical he's being, right?
You trying not to say comical,
right? No, but he is like, there's some comedy about it. So I was sitting there, I'm like, yeah, now he's my favorite person on the internet. Every time I'm Offset, he goes by. You can follow him on the Instagram too, Luxury Productions 10, Luxury Productions 54. But right now, what's going on with the interweb? Sorry, I apologize for the delay. Ways to give us a call here in a second, and Brother Deshaun's gonna give us a call here in a second, and he's gonna be talking about the Struggle Pain Success mixtape, which is, I'm gonna put that on here now. Any of these? It's gonna be deleted. I'm gonna delete it. No, it doesn't do that. All right. I'm going to keep the Struggle Pain, like we're going to play a lot of the Struggle Pain Success mixtape, allow him to talk about some of it. He's going to be here for a little bit because, we're all always constantly grinding. So even though we may not be, doing music, we may be doing other things. So stay in tune, we're staying track. And we're going to start this music off with, why not start off with the track that includes me. That way we can talk about it and I can give you a little bit of the background, and that way it won't be extra weird. And we're going to wait for Brother Deshaun to call in and talk to us.
So I remember when I was a youngster, right? We used to rent hype cars. So we was 12, 13, we give them a 10 shot or 20 shot of crack rock and then let you rent to. It might be a problem. So cats who didn't know my game, I get some cats who grow up with car load of us, which is in Bridgeport. And sure enough, there's a school around here somewhere. They got a schoolyard. We out there playing ball or something, pull up, and then watch it. Drive on. I'm a trouble man, living a trouble life. We gon' get it right. We gon' get it right. We gon' get it right. Crazy, bro. Nah, it was living a trouble life. We gon' get it right. We gon' get it right. We gon' get it right. Everything happens for a reason. So long as I'm able-minded, able-bodied, breathing, I will be like eating pound bread and succeeding. You know I break me down and fix me up like a phoenix. Masterpiece flow, I didn't mean it. If I let you go, it made you better. We ain't beef, then I'm a vegan. Wouldn't do it even if I could either. If you ain't cheating, I'm the keeper. You the eat, and I'm the keeper. Black sheep on a black sheep. I'm the black gold, micro, macro, site, AAS. So you know I do it for my people. First and foremost, don't talk about what I do or will or won't. Thinking that it's sweet, it's not sweet, or I will and won't step into the ring, but they wanna talk. Thinking that they fly, but they at home with the drone. Came looking for me. And now it's really gone. I'm a trouble man, living a trouble life. I'm still where I am. I get it right. So did y'all ever feel that same? I'm a trouble man, living a trouble life. We gon' get it right. I know a cousin. Life is what you make it. I create a sanctuary for trauma and Africana people. That's hereditary. If you know them, be an ally. Do not be an adversary. For those culturally ignorant, learn and teach your parents. They don't want us talking like silent film, so we think this ain't instrumental like the original hymns. I can mix it up. Just give me the stems. I was waiting on the sign and God gave me a pen. It's my family tree. I went out on the limb, loving the skin. I'm in to keep achieving my end. Who gets played on one lip? We on the Sims. Angry kids exiting, going out on a whim. Did no one talk to them? Did no one see through the lens? We're two sides of the same coin. No one see that. I'm glad the haters watching me. I gave them something to binge. Showing the next gen how to create beginnings from ends. Third, I'm a trouble man, living on trouble life. In this little world, we gon' get it right. We gon' get it right. We gon' get it right. Get it right. I'm a trouble man, living on trouble life. In this little world,
I didn't know that. I'm sitting over here thinking he's perfect. I said, I'm like, what? I'm like, did you call me? Look down my phone. Hopefully you enjoyed that. That was Trouble Man by yours truly. I'm featured as the feature artist on a track produced by Deshaun of Luxury Productions. Also goes by Essay of Luxury Productions.
All right, who drinks your coffee black?
So make sure you check out. We're gonna play a little bit more music. We're gonna be waiting for him to call in. But if y'all enjoy any of this music, make sure y'all look up the project. It's called Struggle, Pain, Success. It's on all music streaming platforms: Spotify, iTunes, Tidal, Apple Music, blah blah blah. Y'all get it. So I'm gonna play a little bit more music, but I love these tracks. So I'm gonna play my favorite tracks from the project, and I'm gonna let y'all be the debaters of it. But
was to make a couple million. Fancy car, pretty rock, house up on it. Some say that I switched up on nobody keep it. I'm my attitude is set, baby, that's just how I feel. All I ever wanted was to make a couple million. Fancy car, pretty rock, house up on it. Some say that I switched up on nobody keep it. I'm my attitude is set, baby, that's just how I feel. Ain't got no time to chill. Focused on my riches, I can't listen to your still. Cooking in the kitchen, you're so whipping the fire. Thanks to my ambition, my position is still. I'm ready for the strap. Metal to the metal, get both hands up on the wheel. Because I'm living there, my dreams have been fulfilled. I can't ask for more, but it's still not real rebel. Still, we have that here. My son is brilliant. I live in a
open my account closed. Oh,
a pretty little
they just
side.
started going, oh, let's turn around. I'm like, like some writing letter ass motherfuckers.
But ain't no limits.
And like, showing up, they're like, oh yeah, that place is run by.
But ain't no limits in the eye. See it rising and rising all my life, and that's real. If they criticize me up for pain, that's just how I feel. All I ever wanted was to make a couple million. I'm supported. I said I switched up on the body, keep it flat. I'm my attitude, baby, that's just how I feel. All I ever wanted was to make a couple million.
Like hard work. They got their undercover about this shit.
Yeah.
They're real hush about it. Like I said, that shit with Trump is amazing. In Chicago,
They walking distance from here? Or do your sisters?
I do. I used to stay right here, a block away. I stayed everywhere around here. Like I said before, they actually bought homes here. I'm at a home. I got a home right now in 43rd and Union, but it's right over the border.
Right.
And Canaryville's actually going up in values like a lot. I like where I'm at because I got a whole crib. I got my German Shepherd. I got my kids.
Better safe than sorry. Don't ever hurt nobody. Probably Charlie pull up to the party in a Maserati. Come and with them choppers in and out. Spray that bitch and then get outy, man. So much drama in Cook County, man.
You know what be a good visual? A dude getting out of jail in the shot, like, you know what I'm saying? Getting out of 26 out of county and shit. Like, you picking them up in the Maserati. Like, you got it. That's the move. Like, that's the move. Real shit.
The boy come on after this, I might use that for him. I found him to make Maserati very close to
Yeah, that's what I'm saying for one day. Like, no, but I'm saying like really do it like that, like the concept with him getting out, picking up the guy from and on a nice day like these, like the ones we got coming up, feel it. Like, convertible. You gotta make it a convertible. You got that space.
In a Maserati, stuntman with them choppers in that Audi. Spray that bitch and then get Audi, man. So much drama in Cook County, man. So much drama in Cook County. Ain't no war where I reside. Where the young niggas ride and the innocent die. Leave the loved ones cry. You about to sing the lights on this thing too.
I know, man. So we gotta get better lights.
Who we like? Blade and who
Hey, you know what's another
Don Cheadle. Blade and Don Cheadle.
You know what's another extension? That shit's funny as fuck. I'm Illuminati. Anyway, just to extend the concept, you can do it where your boy thinks you're dropping him off the project. You're like, nah, head down like a combo. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere down south type shit. Like, get away from this bullshit. Yeah, because I feel like I saw another movie. Like, that's what I mean.
I'm on a YouTube interview.
What is
Right
Midwest?
now. I actually already went on, but it was my first one. I kind of messed up.
Hope y'all really enjoyed that. Those were a few tracks right there. If y'all enjoyed that, that was Mon's Logan on that one before the last one. That was called How I Feel. I thought it was called, I think they changed the name of it, but it's called How I Feel. Dope track. Make sure y'all catch that one on the project as well. The one that we just played was featuring the brother right here, the brother Lucky XL of Luxury Productions. We'll be having brother SA call in a little bit later, but that was him on the last track, Safe and Sorry. And that's one of my favorite tracks on the project. I just love the feel of it.
It feels like you're moving away from the bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're touching on the bullshit, but it feels like you're trying to really move away
Like,
from it.
As much
better
as
safe.
Yeah, exactly.
Better safe than sorry. Don't want to hurt nobody.
Yeah.
Probably try to pull up to the party in a Maserati like that. That's like, it's like I'm just going like I'm doing my own thing. It's like all this stuff going on. It's like if something pop off, then like this is what I'm on basically. You know, like,
But at the same time, you got to be ready.
yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah.
Exercise your civil rights. Exercise your constitutional rights. So at the same time, better safe than sorry. If you can legally bear arms and protect everything you create, man. Not just on paper, intellectual property, but protect your physical property as well. So better safe than sorry, man.
Most definitely. Y'all see why it's a fan, man. He be dropping knowledge and he just put in the music. He's like, I'm about to cut up on y'all real quick and he come in the interview. And
The coast ain't clear.
Hey, but shout out to Waters Midwest because we be on the same shit.
Most definitely. That's literally what the whole foundation of Wardens Midwest is. If I didn't know, the Wardens literally want to be like the policing or the
Warden.
The
Why you not
warden.
fucking me?
No, I mean it's like okay, yeah. Want to be the warden of the Midwest section. So any creative entrepreneurs coming through here, literally, it's like not they stop through here for critique and betterment of their craft. Nothing more, nothing less, and then they pass and then move on to the next section.
And if you're really good at salute, like just
Most
salute, like
oh, we see exactly what you're going for, what you're doing. If we can say like, we thought about this, just to pitch you a little idea, but definitely show some love at all times. So it's cool to like naturally interact with a whole other entity and organization. Shout out Luxury Productions. That like to interact with them naturally. I would like to say a little bit about how we met. Usually when we have people on the show, we met in like a natural setting or something. We usually like to tell the story. So that's something that we like. It's a tradition here in Warren's Midwest. and I want to tell the story.
Well, talk that shit.
There
Talk
it
the
is.
shit then.
Look,
Talk your
there
shit,
it is.
man.
And that's the
Talk
phrase.
shit.
And that's the phrase that encapsulates everything in the first meeting of Warner's Midwest and Luxury Productions. So there we were. Shout out to the brothers Ever Evolve that were doing the show at Subterranean. Shout out 606%. Shout out ENT. That's much love to them too. They collaborated through an event on both floors. I think this was New Year's. It was
Around that time.
It was right before Christmas, right before the holidays, last year, 2018. And we were performing, and we actually performed the track that we will play later on tonight. We'll end show with it as well. We're playing a track.
I'm not an a-hole.
I'm an a-hole.
There it is. So, and he really enjoyed the track, and we just felt the vibe from him the whole time. We had a smaller, intimate crowd. I think a larger crowd was upstairs. Shout out to the other artists that were performing. And I think it was Brother Deem actually, so no hate, no shade at all. That's the brother. He had a bigger crowd upstairs. They were showing him love, but our intimate crowd was a perfect crowd for us because we got to interact with everybody on a more personal level, and everyone left with a little treasure in the music.
Nah, and shout out to you for real, because that you know what I mean, putting out that energy into the air really
boosted everything up most definitely. Because from the start of my set, literally, Brother Lucky XL was like, "Yo, hey, just full energy, like yo, talk that shit, talk your shit, man." That's literally so Brother Lucky XL
so well through the crowd, like
here he was like, ooh, it's like who is that? Like that person, I'm fucking with that for whoever that is. Like you in the moment on the stage, lights bright, you ain't even looking for you. Like fuck is it's like in the back, it's like yeah, your song. So y'all know my song. Her talk your shit, man. Just like. Is that my conscience or somebody really saying that? That shit is dope.
Because you got to keep in mind, I come from the hood, but at the same time, when you recognize something organic, it calls out to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So as the scripture says, as iron sharpens iron, one man sharpens another, but it's the same thing musically. And when y'all was doing y'all thing, I couldn't help but respond. So the response was talk that shit. That's all my spirit can come up with. I didn't want to be politically correct. I didn't want to hope I didn't interfere with the mood
coming from a true space, like I don't perform that often. Shout out to Terry because he really, he knows my story of me staying in the art. I've always been able to throw shit out. I could compose, make anything on the spot, but I really, found reasons to stay busy, that are worth it. But at the same time, I really have a passion for this, and I really got music that got to be heard. So, shout out to Luxury Productions. We actually had a track that I ain't finished up. That's supposed to get just.
It's gonna be released. I think it might be on the next little mixtape. I'm not sure if it's gonna be the same title, but it's definitely gonna be on the next.
I will never give up.
So, definitely.
Yeah.
What's the name of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's,
you heard it yet?
What is the name of the?
We gotta listen to it. A little bit.
Most definitely, we'll preview that track later on as well.
Now that's some sneak preview.
What side of Chicago are you originally from?
I'm from the west side, man, over there about what used to be known as Jewtown, down the street, man, the village, aka the Jane Addams, man. So I'm from the Jane Addams, man. Like a lot of places.
Tell people some history about it.
Like a lot of places, man. The Jane Addams. I grew up around a lot of Italians. Was on Taylor and Racine. But when you come past Taylor and Racine, then you got all the blacks. Then you get past Roosevelt, you got more blacks. We was all one hood, but because of the separation of streets and different things, at times we even bumped heads. But there was times where the Italians had the swimming pool, and if you wanted to go swimming when it was hot, you had to go to what we call Cheese Park. You would go to Cheese Park, and if the Italian felt like causing trouble that day, they called trouble. If they didn't, we all swam. You know what I mean? But now a lot of us are good friends. But that was that racial tension because Chicago's always been a segregated city.
And it's segregated by housing, by law, by legislation.
The red line, man.
Exactly.
Redlining in Chicago.
That's the border into the hood. In every way, you're correct about that.
And keeping in mind, my area, the UIC, is right there by the University of Illinois.
Yeah.
And so right now today, the UIC bought up all the property. We got banks where we never had banks. We got a library where we never had a library. We got different institutions, restaurants.
That used to be straight Jewtown. Like that whole area was
that. It was where you would come to
Maxwell. Come on, man.
Maxwell,
Maxwell, right? So
everybody
touched down on the weekend, like on some drunk shit. Like nothing goes down better than some greasy ass food with them greasy ass fries, and you get every fucking thing you wanted at night, like right there.
But the gear. See, Jewtown used to have Jews. I don't know if they was Jews, but they would be outside the store and they had a glass window like the one we got here. And they have a ring on there, knock on the glass. So while you walking up and down the street, they petition you by knocking on the glass so you get your Jordans half off. We used to have the Jews, the damage, the car canine, the Guess jeans, all the old school stuff, man. You get them at basement bargain prices. That's what they would call it, but that's what it was, man. So
yeah, man, everybody sold everything out there.
they did. Slum jewelry. They had the 3-card mall. I remember I got a hustle, man, with my allowance. Me and my sister went down
You get
there.
the 8-ball jackets out there for a while too.
The 8-ball jackets, the Pele jackets, all that.
Why is this penny so heavy? That shit kills me every time I see that. Because you think about wearing one of them motherfuckers like, damn, even the soft is heavy.
All right, Sugar Jim, we got to call in my essay.
Right, brother Essay is going to be calling in here. We're going to make sure that we can get him on the phone as well. Thank you so much for sharing.
He was calling now. Hit him back for us.
Most definitely. So once again, shout out Luxury Productions. Yeah. Actually, we will. Yeah. Let's well, I want to play music from this way if you can connect your phone to the.
Could you get into Bluetooth connected flip?
Yeah. We will be connected to the JBL Flip. Yes. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We appreciate everybody's love and support. If you enjoy Words Midwest, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Once again, we have Luxury Productions on right now. Earlier, we had Sister Yolanda Martinez, and she is the author of the new book, Hello, My Name is Juana Maria. Make sure y'all check that book out on Amazon. And it's going to be available soon in many libraries, but very soon in Whiting, Indiana, Whiting Library.
And if you didn't know, this neon is being lit tonight by Terry's locks. You know what I'm saying? Like,
make sure you
keeping the motherfuckers lit.
That's the electricity, baby.
I'm telling you, lately I've just been catching them doing this shit, energizing. They're like, you know, adjusting and shit.
Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna play a little music here. We're gonna play a little bit of music here. Make sure y'all can stay in tune.
We're gonna play a little music here. Deja vu.
Go to In the Fray. Enter the fray.
Fancy, baby.
Y'all still with us out there? Don't y'all give up on us, man. Don't you give up, man. You know what time it is. You know what it do. When we get with Javi, man, you understand that Terry T, we make it do what it do. Nephew, as old Snoop Dogg would say, man, with that Bay Area flavor up in me, man, I feel real excited and invited. Thank you for bringing me down to South Side. Stop Yard Coffee House.
And on Tuesday, I'm Impact, by the way.
Impact. Come on in here, man.
Into the brick, give me some space, I don't play. Stay the fuck out of my way. Watch what you say, only if you can relate. Recognize real in the fake. See what I see, we lay it all in line. Taking the knee and we dying. Hell of a sign. Take back control of your mind. Seeking you will truly find. Honor that Father, the world is making me a martyr. Searching heaven for tomorrow. Fuck all the sorrow. Roots once considered cargo. Now they tell you can borrow. We still enslaved. Caught up in this daily maze. Mentally trapped in this cage. Trying our best not to stray. Gotta find a way. It's a better way. We gon' make a pay. Please don't give up now. Please don't give up on me. Don't you give up now. Don't you give up on me. Don't give up now. Please don't give up. Don't you give up now. Don't you give up. Please don't give up now. Please don't give up on me. Don't you
That's
give
fun.
up now. Don't you give up on me. Please don't give up.
I noticed one thing about every project in here. You gotta have a certain amount of energy.
Don't you give up on me. Searching for answers, looking for blessings, valuable lessons, ask the right questions, seek all the knowledge. There to be different, we can be polished. Don't be ashamed, stand up, be strong. Fuck what they saying, you know you belong. Breaking the chains, let go, don't hold on. Live in the moment, we righting our wrongs. Into the fray, give me some space, I don't play. Stay the fuck out of my way. Watch what you say, only if you can relate. Recognize real in the face, this what it is. Putting in rest where it is. Be strong, keep having your friends. How many years? What should I do? What am I doing? How do I live?
You have to tell me what the fray is. I'm actually stunned.
Get rid of the trash, remove all the suckers. Clean up your house, get rid of your clutter. I'm all in, ain't got no time to pretend. Ain't got no time for no games. Ain't got no time for no lame. Ain't got no time for no shame. Ain't got much time, I won't change. Please don't give up now. Please don't give up on me. Don't you give up now. Don't you give up on me. Please don't give up now. Please don't give up. Don't you give up. Please don't give up now. Please don't give up on me. Don't you give up now. Don't you give up on me. Please don't give up now. Please don't give up. Don't you give up now. Don't you give up on me. On me. On me. Don't you give up 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 on me.
All right, y'all. Yeah, man. So let's
see the light at the end
play
of
another.
the tunnel, bro. The boy didn't got a road now. I'm telling you, and it's gonna start in the hood. Brothers who've been arrested, who got shit on they. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a look out for.
This shit remind me of that interlude with Twister, just on some random ass shit. Yeah, we was out with you. Just call.
Yeah, thank y'all so much. That was once again, that was the Struggle Pain Success mixtape. That was Into the Fray. My brother SA of Luxury Productions. He's the man and the myth, the legend behind Luxury Productions, the engine. He is a multifaceted entertainer, entrepreneur. Brother SA, what up? Nothing much, brother. Did y'all? We just played a couple tracks from your project, Struggle Pain Success. We wanted to ask you a couple questions about the mixtape. So what's the whole idea behind the title of Struggle Pain Success, and what does that truly mean, like in the context of the project?
Well, it's about what we've been doing the entire time. We've been coming up in the game, from the start. Well, in the beginning, it's always a struggle to get started and get your mind right and focus on the goals that you're trying to do. And then along with that struggle comes with a little bit of sacrifice and pain, to make it through, to push towards those goals, to start, acting. In the end, that's when the success comes, when you can put in all of the hard work. And that's kind of how we related to the mixtape.
Okay, yeah, that's dope.
No, it's not connected. I think we're gonna have to get on somebody else's phone real quick.
Hey, brother, brother SA, would you mind calling back on my phone? We can't really get a clear, hearing of what you're saying right now. Yeah, please call us back. Yep. All right, brother. Yeah. Call.
All right, so plug out of this.
Sorry about technical difficulties, everyone. We'll make sure everybody can hear him when he's talking. We also will be playing some music later on too. I think I can do both. Actually, my phone is not a smartphone. It's actually like a super smartphone, so it can do things that most computers can't even really do successfully, which is a little weird. But we're in the future, so hey, we're in the future.
I got an iPhone the whole time, man. There it is.
SA.
Okay, you got me now?
Yeah, there we go. Now a little bit louder. So I apologize. Could you re-answer the question I just asked you, because we couldn't really get a good hearing on what you said.
Okay, so you want me to answer that question again?
Yes, sir. For everybody that's just now tuning in towards Midwest, that question was, what does the title of Luxury Productions' new mixtape, Struggle Pain Success, actually mean in the context of that project?
Okay, no problem. Like I said before, the struggle is part of us coming up as artists and working in this game for as many years as we have. We've been seeing the ups and downs that goes along with it, and pushing towards those goals that we set for ourselves is always, a part of it, and that struggle comes with it, along with the pain and the sacrifices that you have to put in and to get to where you want to go. And once you get there, you look back on it and you see the success that you achieved, then you can look back on it and say it was all worth it in the end. To finally reach the goals and reach the platforms you was trying to get to. That's where it comes from, the struggle of pain success.
What made you want to be the mediator to that?
Well, it's been a long time coming. We got a lot of big things that we got going on this summer and in the near future. And that was just the initial jumping off platform for us. And we wanted to collect as many talented people that we could, local talent, and integrate everybody into the project and get everybody networking with each other and put something dope out.
Yeah,
Most
definitely.
So, having the space of being the fly on the wall, collaborating with Luxury Productions, I actually have the ability to look in and see that some of these artists actually are in that space of struggle, pain, success in one spectrum or another. And it's cool to see that like some of the artists on another like positive section, but other than on maybe be in the pain, struggling section, and other ones are just in the section of the struggle. You know, so. Are there any? I don't want to throw anybody's information out, but like any of the songs that like really pay attention to any of those like specific words in general that you can like just want to give a highlight to.
So specific songs that you think highlights what the whole compilation is about. That's what you're asking me.
Yes.
Okay. Well, definitely the initial, the first song, "Feeling the Way" by Desire.
Yep.
You know.
That's
a young artist, 18 years old. You know, he has some issues, family issues, and he's pouring his heart out. And part of his struggle, he's telling his story. Your song, "Trouble Life," you know, it's about the things that we go through and all of the hurdles we got to overcome. So I think that defines it also. And then once we get into the more success part of it, you know. Lamont Logan, his song "How I Feel."
Yep.
Also, the second song with Merelda and Mecca. So I think there's a few of them that really touches on what we try to do.
That's good.
Yeah, I feel like one of the biggest standards too is you know, it's people from different aspects, you know, of hip hop itself, but the energy bar. Like I feel like you had to be this tall to like enter. As far as like, everybody kept the constant energy. Nobody really lacked in that, no matter how the sound was.
Most definitely. And I think that made it a complete project. Like those themes, definitely selected. Like I would say, you wearing your producer hat, being the driver of that vehicle, and it shows through the entire thing. Why did you choose to have a mixtape with like a compilation of artists instead of it being just the specific? Maybe the core artists from Luxury Productions?
Well, we wanted to feature as many of the local artists as we can. The people that's out here who also have a dream and they're working hard towards their dream. And we wanted to put that together and feature the local artists and collect as many of them as we could, so we can also work with them further along in the future. You know, or other things that we're doing and that they're trying to do. Like I said, it's a networking thing and pulling everybody together and keeping Chicago focused and keeping Chicago in on the mix of what's going on. So we thought that would be a great way to do it, is bringing in all these local talents, you know, have them featured and have them display their talents and what they work hard on and, you know, things they trying to do all in one place.
Yeah, and I like to highlight that you kind of put that project on your back completely, where you gave a lot of these artists just, you know, an opportunity to be in a project, but you covered it. You know what I'm saying? You covered all aspects of it. You just wanted to display their art, and just having a little insight on how it was put together. I just, you know, it's a great thing to see that without you putting restrictions on a person or telling the person they can't do this or that, because it feels like everybody was genuine at least.
Most definitely. I think that's cool too. Yeah. I do want to highlight that not a lot of people give people very talented artists the space to be themselves artistically with their resources.
Especially if
I think that's why a lot of these songs came through, even if like some of these songs may not be someone's cup of tea as hip hop, but you can definitely say these songs are complete. These are complete songs. They have the feel of what the project is, and they have a very, very high production value from the audio to the visual. And there's no argument with any of that. I think that's what makes this entire thing visually and audio be a complete project. Most definitely. And there's some critiques in there too, but it's within some of the artists. I think within the part that Luxury Productions played in this, I think that's complete to me. That's what
I don't think we're very critical about artists, but I think today we can't really do that because they're not here. I hate to talk about somebody
artists
in general. In general, you don't talk about people when they're not here. So if they're here, if they want to, you know what I mean, come to the show, they're more than welcome.
And I'd love to see some of these. Yeah, I'd love to see some of these other artists.
Right now, we're highlighting this production side, this project. Don't forget that book, Juana Maria. If you get a chance to make it out there, Whiting, Indiana.
Let me interject before we get up out of here about the project. It was organic in the sense to where when you think about Chicago music scene, when you think about the Midwest music scene, it's not the typical drill music. It's not the trap and all the special effects with the voices and audio. A lot of it is a little bit, are in their own lanes, and it's lyrical. So you got to keep that in mind. It's very lyrical. It is, and it gives you food for thought. You see what I'm saying? So that's the key too with the album, man. It resonates in the sense of outside just the average hip hop album coming from Chicago to Midwest.
I wouldn't call it average because we still had Twisted do like whole front to backs. I feel like, and he did this. I think a similar thing where it was well, first of all, he put Chicago first, like in everything he did, and he kept the lyrical like a bar as well, like, you know what I mean?
Now, who would you say that's putting out stuff on the underground, local hip hop, regional that's not trying to mimic what the industry is asking you to bring? So when you look at Struggle, Pain, Success, and you really critique, speaking of Terry, my brother's song, and a different artist, Desire, the different thing, they're in their own lane,
right?
There's a lot of independent talent being suppressed in that way. But I will say this. The way that y'all compiled what y'all did, I have not seen done that way yet. And I've worked with a lot of groups of artists who have artists come together, but it's polished in the way that you see y'all's
one person got it in more than the other,
or just the generational experience. There's a lot of young people trying to do what y'all trying to accomplish. You see the generational experience of you reaching out to younger artists and artists within your same, like, you know, your peer group to make the same product, but like show that generational thing that we were literally just saying earlier. But just in this context, it's not strictly African American, but it's strongly African American. But there's white. I think there's like a Latinx influence in there, and there's a lot of other like. What's that one? He's a Middle Eastern, right? One guy Middle Eastern, right? Middle Eastern influence. Like there's almost a world influence in this project as well.
So it's universal for sure.
It's not just one-dimensional hip hop. But brother Essay, is there anything else you'd like to say about the project? We're gonna play the intro track to the project right after you talk. But is there anything else you'd like to say? No, you can't keep it too much.
I think it's a great project, and I want everybody to go check it out. And, you know, it's on all the streaming services, and go and give it a listen. And I'm pretty sure and confident that you're going to enjoy it. And all throughout the summer, we got some good things coming up, and we're going to be working with these artists, and we're gonna be pushing content. So go check it out.
Any upcoming performances?
So we're setting up a show. We're gonna have a showcase coming up with the artist that's on the compilation, probably towards somewhere up in August. So yeah, we setting some things up.
All right. So make sure y'all catch that. We will definitely be talking about it here on the show. We're gonna let Brother Essay go. Brother Essay, thank you so much for calling in. We appreciate you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Most definitely, brother. Much love.
Essay.
Yep, y'all better have a good one.
You too, brother. Much love. I think I hung up on him. That was not intentional, I promise. But we're going to get into the next track. It is called Feeling Away. This is the intro track on the project Struggle, Pain, Success by Luxury Productions. Check it out. Who's the artist?
Desire.
Featuring the artist Desire.
I was very clear the future my son was going to have. I didn't do something. And I was not subscribing to that, not on my watch. My son's father went to prison when he was 8 months old. And he's been in prison since my son was 8 months old. My son is an African-American male child. He had a 66% chance rate of going to prison, not on my watch.
Some people see me and wonder about why I move how I do. Or they misjudge me and don't hear the story because they act like they're too cool for the truth. They screws are loose. Just because I'm turning heads doesn't stop you from closing your eyes. Lately, my life on the daily and things I'm encountering really been opening mind. Ain't even got time to breathe and too hard for grinding. My problems are thrown to the side. Pouring my soul in my notebook whenever I'm writing out bars. I'm just hoping to thrive. 2019, I'm a young and realistically trying to go down as the dopest alive. Why I really do the most when I scribe. Fought too deep inside my notes and I cry. Some would tell me how I tried to escape all my problems and still putting pain in the verse. I can't tell if it's a flip in my spirit whenever I hear it, I'm making it worse. Not to mention I got Oprah and Kelly, I'm stressing and worried about making it work. This is what I think about from the moment I wake. It's too much on my brain and it hurts. Make it disperse. 18, now life crazy. Just a victim, mama has a baby. Whole life went 180. Y'all wonder why my day shady. Wonder why my eyes stay hazy. Lord save me if I pray daily and I say grace with my game face. Can I make 80 with my pay raising? I'm at the point where I feel like I'm feeling away. I'm feeling away. Trying to do better, my man. It's still in away. It's still in away. But I'm sick and tired. I'm out of my feelings today. Not feeling today. I try to keep quiet. It's like I'm feeling to stay. I'm at the point where I feel like I'm feeling away. I'm feeling away. Trying to do better, my man. It's still in away. It's still in away. But I'm sick and tired. I'm out of my feelings today. Not feeling today. I try to keep quiet. It's hard to feel and stay. I gotta take a bus back. Nah, fuck that. I can't, I know I got some place to go. I hate the road I'm on, but I can't control why I bake it, bros. You niggas wonder why my face is froze. You ever know what it's like to not have a place to go? Oh, no, well that explains it, so don't compare. We got different situations, bro. So I put my struggle in a cadence, yo. Mama and your auntie's favorite. I spit amazing and I'm a man. Can you cannot say shit when I drive by here at coupe, got a facelift and my rapper plane school me up like it's a spaceship. I ain't smoking life, but I swear this shit is hatred. I don't go to different studios to do the same tips. I'm vibing, this here just my fuel. To thriving, it's gotta be frugal. To find me, it's gotta be Google. Cause I'm sick and tired of these ramen noodles. And I'm sick and tired of leaving by everywhere early. Cause walking is cheap, that shit brutal. You don't wanna do this type shit, man, I promise you. Cause to be honest, like walking in noodle, tell me what we do. I'm here in this world and I can get out. The way that I might is a dangerous route. So give me your hand and give me some clout. I'm here in this world and I can get out. The way that I might is a dangerous route. So give me your hand and give me some clout. I'm at the point where I feel like I'm feeling away. I'm feeling away. Trying to do better, my man. It's still in away. It's still in away. I'm sick and tired. I'm out of my feelings today. Not feeling today. I try to keep quiet. It's hard to feel to stay. I'm at the point where I feel like I'm feeling away. I'm feeling away. Trying to do better, my man. It's still in away. It's still in away. But I'm sick and tired. I'm out of my feelings today. Not feeling today. I try to keep quiet. It's hard to feel to stay.
Yo, that's a strong way to start a mixtape.
It is.
I feel like that's a real feel right now with the younger crowds and the younger people. Like they're teeter-tottering between not giving a fuck and giving too much a fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're like,
and if people are wondering why they think people are always on edge.
Yeah, it's not cool to give a damn in a generation. That's what I'm seeing too. Like, a lot of my students who are kind of like entering the teenage era at this moment, like I see that it's not cool to care. It's like not you. It's cool to know. I know
how they treat each other. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And people, I mean, it's like I said. That's why it's a great track. I think it really does capture like what what I'm saying. People are going through that feel that they're going through. They're feeling away like I said. It can lean either way. Like you know what I mean. You know what you're going through. You know all the struggles you have, and you know you want to stay positive. But at the end of the day, you're not going to sweat it because you already been through it. So like, you know what I mean? Like bring whatever. What can you bring to a person like that?
And see, it forces you to choose a side. That's what I see with what's going on. There's a scripture again. I'm not a holy roller, but given a case in which we're talking about, scripture says, "He that increases knowledge increases sorrow." So when you have certain experiences, you feel the pain, and it becomes dangerous to care.
Yeah.
But it's dangerous not to care. So you're stuck in that place, but it forces you to choose a side. So you have to choose a side, man, and that's where it gets dangerous.
Yeah, I think mental health is a good platform for that too, where you kind of sometimes want to help and want to delve into it, but you realize that it's a dark hole that these people are in. But you know that you would ignore it because most people are affected by it personally and have people in their lives that may not be here because of it. You've seen everybody wants to talk about bullying and things like that, but it all comes down to your mental health. You know what I mean? Like there's certain circumstances you can't get out of. For the most part, you literally can't walk out of most circumstances. It's just really like what it means to you, and are you able to take your ego out the picture? You know what I'm saying? Because this world's like targeting people to really just lose it. You know what I mean? If we don't have institutions that help really for that, and they're being cut off, then what do you think the plan is? It's like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean, drama and misery. And we got every reason not to. It's just that, again, those issues don't get talked about because, you know what I mean, somebody might see somebody doing what they consider well. They don't want to drag them down, but at the end of the day, it's up to you to really check your own people. You know what I mean?
So that goes back to the title of the mixtape. How do you struggle through the pain to get to the other side of success? Because you got to go through the pain to get to the other side of success, and it's going to be a struggle. And once you get there, it's still going to be a struggle, and it's still going to be painful.
But step one is how do you get to success? It's where opportunity and preparation meet.
And on that note,
So you got to prep and then take
I'd
advantage of
like
the
to
shots you got.
replay the track Trouble Life, which really embodies a lot of this.
But bless us with your presence.
Featuring myself, the brother Destiny.
Yeah, we had to tell Essay. Stay on the damn look. You sound good.
I'm a trouble man, living in a trouble life. In this bitter world, we gon' get it right. We gon' get it right. We gon' get it right. I'm a trouble man, living a trouble life. In this bitter world, we gon' get it right. We gon' get it right. We gon' get it right.
Yo, talk to him, man, one time.
Everything happens for a reason. So long as I'm able-minded, able-bodied, breathing, I will be like eating pomegranates, succeeding. You know I break me down and fix me up like a phoenix. Master P flow, I didn't mean it. If I let you go, it made you better. We ain't beefing. I'm a vegan, wouldn't do it even if I could either. If you the key, then I'm the keeper. You the heat, then I'm the ether. Black sheep on a black sheep. I'm the black goat. Micro, macro, psych, AAS. So, no, I do it for my people first and foremost. So don't talk about what I do or will I won't. Thinking that it's sweet, it's not sweet. Or I will it won't step into the ring, but they wanna talk, thinking that they fly, but they at home moving drones. Came looking for me, and I was really gone. I'm a trouble man, living a trouble life. In this little world, we gon' get it right. Get it right. We gon' get it right. Get it right. I'm a trouble man, living a trouble life. In this little world, we gon' get it right. We get it right. We gon' get it right. Get it right. If life is what you make it, I create a sanctuary for trauma in Africana people that's hereditary. If you know them, be an ally, do not be an adversary. For those culturally ignorant, learn and teach your parents. They don't want us talking like silent film, so we think this ain't instrumental like original hymns. I can mix it up, just give me the stems. I was waiting on the sign and God gave me a pen. To fix my family tree, I went out on a limb. Loving the skin, I'm in to keep a chip in my zen. Who is player one if we are the Sims? An angry kid ex-gen going out on the whim. Did no one talk to them? Did no one see through the lens? We're two sides of the same coin. Did no one see that we're twin? I'm glad that haters watching me. I gave them something to binge, showing the next gen how to create beginnings from ends. I'm a trouble man, living a trouble life. In this little world, we gon' get it right. We gon' get it right. We gon' get it right. Get it right. I'm a trouble man, living a trouble life. In this little world, we gon' get it right. We gon' get it right. We gon' get it right. Get it right.
Tertiary. Essay Luxury Productions. Hobby, we at the South Side, Stockyard, Coffee House. Come on down, get you your flavor. We got everything you might want. If we ain't got it, we'll get it. So come on down and get it while the getting is good. You know where we at. You can see it. You see it. You see it.
Talk your shit, man.
Talk that shit, man. It's that caffeine, man.
There it is.
Yeah.
It's that good.
That's
coffee.
why we do it, man. It's that, yeah.
It wakes you up. It makes you be more participatory. It makes you show more who your spirit is.
Like any substance, you gotta control it.
There
I
it
don't
is.
want you bouncing off the walls either.
No, I'm not bouncing. The more bouncing you doing, the more money you gonna spend, man.
There it is.
Yep.
Hey, but thank y'all so much for tuning in. I think we're gonna sign for a few more tracks. There's a couple more tracks we're gonna play. We're gonna do a little behind the scenes, little freestyle you did with brother SA of Luxury Production. I'm not sorry, not SA. Brother Lucky XL of Luxury Productions, and we're gonna make sure we do something excellent. But we got a couple more.
That's gonna be on the gram, by the way. Just
So,
so you catch up.
we want to do a
Word
sneak,
Midwest.
most definitely. We want to do a sneak preview for y'all of a track we're gonna be releasing here soon. Did you want to play that track for them? This is gonna be a track that brother Impact is working on with Luxury Productions as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is a little rough still. I ain't follow up like I was supposed to, but nonetheless, I might just do it real quick. I'm not gonna say no, that's for sure.
You gotta go on the spot.
You call out a
I'm
award
not
on the
doing
show.
that on my own goddamn.
I say on the show, you call an award on the show. We got to do it. It's like, oh, man.
In my space, I can't do that. Like
all bets are on. I don't even play instruments, but I don't even play a lot of instruments. I play guitar and voice, but I don't play some of the instruments people come on the show. But someone come on with a saxophone, they're like, "All right, you want to take a song, play the saxophone." I will play the saxophone. It will not say I'm great, but I will play the saxophone.
That's right.
And most people don't know it's hard to play the saxophone.
Well,
It's hard to play the saxophone.
Trumpet, drum,
those brass instruments are hard to play.
that tuba.
You got to be.
Hey, you sound like the Bubba Gump of instruments. Saute shrimp.
Yeah. That's when public schools were supporting the arts, things like music.
And now we got to be outsourced by organizational communities. Shout out to Coco doing that for the school that I operate at.
Right, I think this is gonna come straight on, but I'm not sure.
And once again, shout out to Stockyard Coffee House, Luxury Productions.
Give the flow. Gotta give the flow. Give the flow.
They trying to say our soul the easiest. Take from our achievements, make us feel like losers, but no one's undefeated. So many conceited, but don't know what they stand for. They cannot conceive it. So this is just a plan, or are we the ones to blame for trying to escape the flame? The poverty and injustices, you know we feel the stain. The violence and the suffering, like living in the ring, and taking off competitors. The substance makes me cringe. Exhaustion don't hurt the body, and order don't hurt the sloppy. You know when it's your time, just listen for the calling. Sometimes it's just a whisper, sometimes it's just a shiver. But I need you to catch it, raise it and lift your fist up. I need you to speak up, cause silence is a killer, especially on the inside. But we're gonna hold it bigger. We in it for the long haul, map out the bigger picture. I maybe gave you in, but I will never give up. Woo! Yeah, shout out to the opportunity. They said we wouldn't make it, but we make it on a daily. Hustling every day, that was stress slowly fading. I may be many things, but I won't be fading. So they couldn't take my pride, even if they tried to pay me. They say they wouldn't make it, but we make it on a daily. Hustling every day, that was stress slowly fading. I may be many things, but I won't be fading. So they couldn't take my pride, even if they tried to pay me. I don't give up like us. Hey, fuck, life is fucked up. I don't give up. I don't give up like us. Hey, fuck, life is fucked up. I don't give up.
Y'all better not give up out there either. You squares, keep your head up. That's what Pac told us.
You gotta chip away at that shit too. It don't go away overnight.
Mike said, don't you stop until you get enough, huh? So you can't
say,
give up.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, folks, that was gracefully flying in the air. The expensive ass tennis shoes.
Tennis shoes. Come on, man. It's
Tennis shoes. Expensive ass athletic footwear.
You speaking like you're in the 90s for real though.
Most definitely. Thank y'all. Yeah.
Sneakers.
Once again, that was Brother Impact on an original track from Luxury Productions, and that track is called
I Won't Give Up.
It'll be coming out sooner than later, but we're not going to say soon because they're promoting their current project. But we're going to be in some definite works, and there's a lot more projects, collaborations happening between the Wardens Midwest family and the Luxury Productions family, and it's going it's going places. I ain't giving you nothing. Forget it. But we're going to be playing a little bit more music for y'all too, because we're feeling really good today. We didn't come in with too many current events. Shout out to the Toronto Raptors and Kawhi Leonard for bringing home that championship. I can't even hate on them for that, man. That's realness, man. They broke down the Golden State Warriors and then took the championship.
Well, I'm gonna ride with you because I'm a Golden State fan. Spent 20 years in the Bay Area, but we cannot deny the fact that Kawhi is the real deal, man.
He is.
He was unstoppable. Anywhere he wanted to go, he went. And then he took his team with him, and they showed up. And what can we say? It was a wrap, man.
Hey,
it was a wrap.
He really is one of a kind talent.
He's the real deal.
What he does, most definitely. And shout out to what he did before that too, because a couple of the commentators, like within some of the ESPN, kind of brought to light what he did before he even got to that championship, which he stopped now within getting this championship. He stopped 2 dynasties from getting their 3rd championship. That was the Heat with LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh, and all the other people, Ray Allen, who ended up joining later on. He stopped that team from getting their 3rd championship, and he just stopped the Golden State Warriors, who everybody knew was unstoppable. Didn't think everybody knew was unstoppable this year. Stopped them. So give him his credit, and wherever he chooses to go, I think they're going to be contenders for whatever they want to do. But it's going to be pretty amazing to see that in the next little year and see the new scope of the NBA with some of these major injuries for major players that affect that. But getting back into the music. Shout out to, before we do we're actually going to play a track and we're going to allow us to close out the show. But once again, shout out to Luxury Productions, Brother Lucky XL for coming through. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Sister Yolanda, if you want to come and say something.
You better be able to clap for yourself.
Once again, let them know what your project is, where they can find it, where they can find you, follow you.
Hello, my name is Juana Maria. You can find her on Amazon. You can actually go to Instagram, Yolanda_J_Martinez, or you can go to www.yolandajmartinez.com. You can find me. So just search and you'll find.
There it is. Make sure y'all stay in tune with her and Luxury Productions.
Said it better myself.
We're going to send off the show. We're going to close out the show with, yes, we are very content. With a track called Content.
Take a moment to be real quick. This isn't Thanksgiving, but
be thankful.
Be thankful for everything you have. Know that you have goals, but you have something. You're on a platform. You have a base. You know what I mean? And from that, even from emptiness, you can make everything. So just be content with the things that are in your life that, don't necessarily have to be there. People, things, and move forward with yourself more than anything, because people follow great things. You just got to make it there.
Well said. Well said.
And as always, make sure you turn up
or turn around.
Oh, that's my shit. That's my shit. That's one of the one. That's my shit.
All right, we apologize for the technical difficulties. We're going to restart that.
My curiosity is diving about the other side of things. I should be grateful. Till my curiosity has got me thinking about the other side of things. I'm such a a-hole. I'm an a-hole. On my way home, but you stay low. What's the reason? I should be content, so why do I lament? And it ain't even you, was really myself I present. Not typical of him to be like all the other men. And if it's just a phase, why ain't I growing out of them? Looking back past tense, we hate to spin. A black hole couldn't keep this one together, here I'm in. Over backwards, forwards, every way I tried to bend. You know it hurt me bad because she left me at the Prince. But first she hit me with it. I gotta get some air, and came back bawling out her eyes full of tears, and grabbed me by the hand and said, I think that this should end. And that was about a week before 3 year end. Lately, My curiosity has got me thinking about the other side of things. I should be grateful. Still, my curiosity has got me thinking about the other side of things. I'm such a a-hole. I'm an a-hole. I'm a way-hole. But you said no. What's the reason? I should be content, so why do I repent? And if they need to be was really myself, I resent. Not typical of him to be like all the other men. And if it's just a face, why ain't I growing out of it? Was it all the women running in and out of my DMs? Or the videos they sent me in my Facebook messages? If I ever did wrong, it's not cause nothing that you said. It was often hard to read you, you're so passive aggressive. Is it really hard to believe that I'm polyamorous? I just wish you never pretended like you accepted it. And if you think it's bad when relations end with this, find love will be when your preferences don't exist. Lately, my curiosity has got me thinking about the other side of things. I should be grateful. Still, my curiosity has got me thinking about the other side of things. I'm such a a-hole. I'm an a-hole. I'm a a-hole. But you said no. What's the reason? I should be content, so why do I repent? And if they need to do was really myself, I resent. Not typical of him to be like all the other men. And if it's just a phase, why ain't I growing out of it? You know it sucks when you start to lose your friends, and everyone is closer than the one from previous. That's when former relationships can seem tedious, and cutting off emotions can seem easiest. When you feel like that, it's time to plant a seed of red. Out all the bad emotions, remove the negative, and grow an orchard of love to give positive. You are who you are, ain't no need to pretend. So lately, my curiosity has got me thinking about the other side of things. I should be grateful. Still, my curiosity has got me thinking about the other side of things. I'm such a a-hole.